So instead of doing a watch party, you just copy and share the link. Right? Cause it doesn't let me do the watch party anymore.
And copy and share. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, we in the building. Check. Yeah. Come on. Just listen. Wait. Oh. Now let's hit the button. Yep. So I'm giving you time to get your watch party started. Yeah, I'm in the building. It's 7 o'clock. We're hitting the button. Robin's on the way. Let's go. Come on. It's a Friday night. You can crack the mics. The boys is in the house.
Yeah. What's good?
Yep. Fellas is in the house right now.
Well, y'all already know.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Nothing crazy. Give me a few minutes.
You good, Rob? All right.
Yeah. Yep. So we got a couple things to talk about tonight. It's going to be good. Ah, man, a lot of things have happened this week. We got a new president.
Yay! We got a new president.
Yeah.
We have thwarted back the fools that tried to destroy democracy. Glad that happened. Let y'all know I'm in the building. Yep. We have thwarted the fools.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
That attempted to overthrow democracy. You can't overthrow something that's 200 plus years strong, son. We are organized and focused. Big shout out to my man Joe Biden. I don't know if he's going to do a good job or a bad job, but I'm hoping for the latter. He's going to do a good job.
I think he'll do a good job.
Incredible. Hey, what's up, Heather? Heather's in the house. He's like, hey, Rocco. Man, that's Heather, man. That's my homegirl from way back. It's good to see, man. She got the notification. She tuned in. That's so dope. I think we're streaming to IG now, too, I think.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
yeah.
Making big moves.
Yeah, I think we're streaming to IG now. So you know what? I'm going to hit the button. All right, y'all. Robin's not here yet. This is the real discussion with Rock Logic, Gary D, Rocky D. Actually, it's Gary Fax now. I changed his name. Gary Fax and Robin. Ah, man. Got you on live at the restaurant. Yo, what's up, Hev? What's the name of the restaurant you in? I want to give him a shout out because I know you down in Florida chilling. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. So, you know what? A couple of good things have happened this week. All right. Okay. One, we had the inauguration of President Biden, and hopefully he will bring in a more sensible, sensitive, unifying administration than the previous administration. there's some interesting things, right? And I didn't really want to get into the politics of it, but I watched the inauguration, right?
Yeah.
And it was that girl. It was a girl. It was a black girl, and she had a poem.
Amanda Gorman.
Oh my God, the poem was so powerful. It was great. I really loved listening to it, and she used a lot of her time, really. You know what I'm saying, to really do what she was gonna do. And then I watched, which I don't know if he wanted it to be his style. I don't know if that's how he wanted to go out. But I watched the former president of the United States leave alone with Melania on his arm and no real fanfare and no nothing. And and personally, I'm just saying, I think you played yourself cheap. You know what I'm saying? I think that could have been a better departure had you would go into the inauguration and acknowledge that, okay, you know what? This dude is the president, and I'm going to come back in 4 years and kick your butt and be president again. Like, that's the sport of it. You know what I'm saying?
But he's not a politician.
He showed us to class.
But
Right.
even Pence is a groomed politician.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Pops All-American in Hudson, Florida. Big shout out to Pops. Wow.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, guys.
They got burgers and Pops? Is that what's happening? What's going on? Because Pops sounds like, I watch the show Riverdale, right? Which is the Archies, and the restaurant is Pops. So I'm like, is that like that kind of Pops? I'm just asking. Yeah, so go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, so what I was
put you
saying,
Go ahead.
what I was saying is that, Trump, unlike Pence, Pence is actually a politician, so he understands the situation. He knew what he had to do. Trump, he doesn't, he's not a politician. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. Even in the sake of tradition,
Right.
Like, you talk about the country, you talk about Constitution.
Sure.
What, for the last how many years we have a transfer of power, soft transfer of power whenever whenever a new administration comes in, and the dude didn't even have the decency to do that.
He showed us to himself. That's all it was.
He didn't even have to look, George Bush, bro.
Everybody does it.
George Bush. As much as people hated Bush, Bush had respect for the office. You understand?
Yeah, true shit. I mean, true
Like,
facts.
seriously.
All right.
Gotta edit that. Good.
At least Bush had respect for the office. This dude has no respect for
No class. No class.
Let me just let Nazi know. Nazi, Robin's on the way. She stopped to get some elephant beer for me, so she'll be here in a minute. All right, Nazi, go. Okay.
So, Trump, he doesn't have no respect for the office,
Or American tradition,
or
really.
even
Exactly.
as much as he talk about the Constitution and fighting for our country. The basic transfer of power that we've done for what, over 100 years?
200 years, brother.
200 years.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have the decency. You didn't even have the decency to do that.
Right.
Come on, man. Really? Come on.
I mean, truthfully, how I feel about it. Like, how un-American can you be?
Exactly.
Really? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, you incited an insurrection.
Dude, that's what,
Right. And, I mean, you're just doing, here's what I'm trying to say. Any other president would have been removed from office immediately, right? That's what would have happened. Right, they'd have been removed from office. Barack Obama, Bush, whatever. And I miss Bush. First of all, I had respect for Bush. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I had respect for Bush.
Okay.
I didn't think he was necessarily a good president, but I thought he was very entertaining. And he was very true to himself. You knew who Bush was. You knew Bush was the guy that you would sit there and have a beer with. You know what I'm saying? Have a couple of beers, get drunk, and he's going to tell some jokes, and he's cooked out. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? But you understood what he was, but he had respect for the office, right? Barack was Barack. He had respect for the office. Clinton was Clinton. Yes, Clinton did get a blowjob in the office, no doubt.
Yes, he did.
He did do
He
that.
enjoyed that too.
But
All right.
Well, I don't. I mean, did he have respect for the office? I mean,
undercover.
Yeah, but he respected it on a public level. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't desecrate the office in terms of.
He got horny. What you want me to tell you? He did his thing.
Yeah, he did.
She was there. She got down. She dropped something. She said, "Hey, what's that?" That's their thing. And he said, "Oh, there it is."
But here's the thing. I will say this. I'm sure he wasn't the first president to get a blowjob in the office. Okay, he's just the first one that got caught. That's all.
That is.
So, you know what I mean? So, other than that, they all maintain respect to the office.
That's understood, but at the same time, Trump, I don't know, Trump just, he's like a little kid. I mean, all the writing on the phone and just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. He was like a little kid. Oh, I can't have it my way. I don't want it at all. Boom, you're fired.
Right, exactly.
He thought it was the show.
He basically is the bad dream, right? And the bad dream is this.
Yeah.
You go to sleep and in your nightmare, a game show host becomes the president of the United States and kills 400,000 people.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
We voted for him. That was us, the people.
That was us. That was the people that voted for him, and it was absolutely positively crazy because that was really how it went down. You know what I'm saying?
And he almost won it again.
He almost won again.
Yeah, he sure did. It wasn't like it was he just ran away with it. No. This was close.
There were a lot of people apparently that share his views, but at the end of the day, I mean, when you're looking at 400,000 deaths, which is more than the total amount of deaths in World War II, right? And definitely way more than the deaths in 9/11, the World Trade. You're like, my man, like you really, were, and I'm not saying he was 100% the cause. I'm just saying his tactics contributed to that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Instead of going, let's shut, because there's other countries you see, they shut it down. New Zealand, they shut it down. Australia, they shut it down. They shut the country down until the virus was basically eradicated. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of, pussyfooted around with it and so on and so forth. And here we are today. And even earlier, and big shout out to my man Carlos, his cousin this morning died of COVID, unfortunately. Which is the seriousness, y'all, of wearing a mask. You know what I mean? I get it's uncomfortable. And really, I'm going to institute something on my show right now. Because it ain't just about the mask. Yes, it's about washing your hands, but you probably should wear gloves too. That's really the truth. You probably should wear gloves and the mask the way that we were doing it before. Because the truth of the matter is we're not really sure how you're contracting this thing. But it's spreading like wildfire for some reason. We're not really sure how you're contracting it. Right? Is that an accurate statement? I mean, are you touching something that someone else touched? Are you?
Well, yeah, but New York. New York is, you got the train stations, you got all the poles and the steps and the buildings. Everywhere you go, you're gonna be in touching something that's got something.
Oh, there goes LaFonda. What's up, Fonda? Fonda's like, hold on, let me put the mic on me because Gary just came back. LaFonda, she's like, good evening. Hi, Charles. She always calls me by my real name. Robin, Gary, Rocky D. What's up, Fonda? It's good to see you. Tathina Richards. Is that accurate? Yes. Good evening. Glad you tuned in. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm glad all you guys are here. We had a couple of interesting things we're talking about today. One of them is, and then when Robin gets here, it's when I'm really going to kick it in. But we're going to talk about conspiracy theories.
All right.
We're going to have a guy on next week. He was coming on this week, but next week he's going to come on.
Okay.
And this particular fellow believes that the Earth is flat. You might want to go get that. That's Robin. That the Earth is flat. So we're going to talk to him and let him, talk about flat Earth is what they call it,
Can I make fun of him? Can I make fun of him?
I mean, I think we're all going to make fun of him.
Okay.
It's flat Earth deal. His Constitution is so strong. His Constitution is so. There goes Rob in here coming in the room.
There she is.
Right. His Constitution is so strong with flat Earth. Excuse me, loud Robin. I'm trying to do a show right now. I'm trying Robin's in the house. Yeah, I did.
I did.
Robin's been watching the show on YouTube.
Hey.
Yeah, but his deal is so hardcore with the flat Earth theory. He's going to try to convince us that the Earth is flat.
Okay, good
In
for
spite
him.
of the fact I've personally seen different, so I'm sort of interested in his theory. And we're going to go through a couple of conspiracy theories that are going on. The QAnon people, not the butterfly effect, the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Right, that's another conspiracy theory that's out there. Big conspiracy theory too, and they had me for a while when they first introduced it, and it was Fiona. I forgot her last name. I think it was Fiona Brown who would put this thing up. I mean, 5 years ago is when I found out about this Mandela effect, and we're gonna talk about that because it had me. But then after a while, you kind of looking at it like, you know what, people, like people's memories really just aren't that good. You know what I'm saying? Like we do what we can, but the way that we see things, and the way we remember things. You got to remember when there's a crime, they rely on multiple witnesses.
That's right.
To compile the story. And the reason why they do that is because everybody saw it from their point of view, from their perspective, and each one of them remembers the truth, a piece of it.
Well,
and then there's their interpretation. Right? So you take 10 people, and they all are saying one particular thing that's the same, and then now you can build your story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gary.
There was a movie a couple years ago with Forrest Whitaker. I think it was Forrest Whitaker.
Talking to the mic.
Here we go.
There was a movie a couple years ago with Forrest Whitaker, and it was called Vantage Point.
Okay.
And it was exactly what you were saying, where it was, first of all, it was shot so well, and the crime that went on, throughout the movie, they show it to you from different angles, and you're like, oh,
What?
yeah. So probably what you thought was from one angle, when you see it from a different angle, you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's important to have the different angles.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting, and I just saw this in the chat room. LaFonda said, even with the vaccine, you can still get the COVID. Like, really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm getting vaccinated to not get COVID, but the vaccine still allows me to get COVID.
The way I feel, I don't think everybody really knows. Nobody really knows.
Well, they do know that,
They're
though.
guessing.
No, what they do know is... Go ahead, Gary, go. Come on, you're in the hospitals. Talk about this COVID and I get the vaccine, I still get COVID.
Well, there are cases now where people who have taken the vaccine have gotten COVID.
Okay.
But here's the thing. So you may be around somebody maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago, or even a week ago. So you might have already picked it up.
Okay.
So by the time you get the vaccine, you already got it.
You already rocking and
Yeah.
shocking.
So you already got it.
Hank Aaron died from after he got a vaccination shot.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I want to get
Robin, you gotta get on the mic, Robin. You can't be just saying stuff.
I'm saying stuff.
We can't hear you.
That's right. Oh, wait.
Robin brought the beer.
Wait.
Hillary De La Moss.
Yes, my cousin in Jersey.
Hello from New Jersey. What's up, Jersey?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome.
So what it is that there are cases where people who have gotten the vaccine and they got COVID, and what has happened is maybe a couple of days before, maybe a week before, they were around someone or people
They were exposed.
that were exposed. They already
Dave Chappelle has it.
so they were already previously exposed. So now they got the vaccine,
Okay.
and then they get tested after, and they show that they have it. So I think
So now what happens to the person now that has the vaccine and COVID? Do they go through the paces of COVID, or is it asymptomatic?
Well, they still got to quarantine and all that stuff, because my understanding is that it's the second shot that really is supposed to kind of make it work.
Yeah, but don't they have one that's just one shot? They have another vaccine?
Yeah, they do.
They
Yeah, that's the Moderna. The Moderna has one
And Johnson & Johnson's going to be one shot too.
shot. Right.
Oh, okay.
So they are coming
And
out
Johnson & Johnson's supposed to be a much more advanced vaccine
Version.
than the other iterations.
Well,
So
I'm scheduled to get mine soon.
All right, so I know you'll hear the voice. I know you hear the voice. I know that. And guess who's here? It is Robin.
Robin's in the house.
everybody.
Robin arrived.
Wait,
Listen,
first of
guys.
all,
Yeah.
I was in a cab. I was on my way, and I heard you talking.
Yeah.
You guys about Bush.
What about him?
First of all, you got to remember, but after 9/11, Bush he declared unnecessary war.
100%.
He did.
And a lot of people died as a result of that. You
That's
know?
the truth.
And I'm not going to say that he's not a good man. He could be a great man, but as president, nah, bro. The only thing I can say is he can duck when a shoe is getting thrown at him.
He was nice with that.
He was nice with that. He was like Neo with that.
Yeah, moves.
But
Did y'all see that when they threw the shoe at him?
Yeah.
That was
But as
so
president, no, bro.
dope. That was so dope. When
He
they threw the
liked you,
shoe.
I think.
Huh?
He liked you. He told me. He called me over and said, "Hey, Robin, I like her."
Yeah, right. I know he liked Michelle though.
that Robin, I
He like Michelle though. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
He ready to risk it all.
No, I want to just, because I'm catching up here. So let me make it quick.
And Heather, I'm sorry, but Heather said Robin was with Keisha Cole. There you go.
For real.
go ahead.
I'm late, like Keisha Cole.
Yeah.
But versus. This is what I'm feeling. From the inaugural, I was worried. Because they were talking about all of these servicemen who, they didn't know if they were, on the other side of things. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Infiltrators.
Well, you have to know that 1 out of 5 people who were at the insurrection were ex-military and police officers.
Yes, yeah, and firefighters.
Right.
Yeah.
So we talking about civil servants who are part of this whole insurrection that currently or did work for, municipalities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when they had the inaugural, I was, a little bit skeptical, right? Because, they were talking about vetting them. And you saw pictures of them. They had the Blue Lives Matter flag. Some of them had the Oath Keepers stuff. But it went well. I didn't know it was going to go on all night. You know what? I think that was my first time. Did Obama have something like that?
What?
The same inaugural procession where it went all day.
Yeah, when they walked the street.
See, this is how long it's been, right? It was fantastic. It was fantastic. And Michelle Obama, I got to tell you, that chick, she was killing them hoes out there. She was killing them hoes.
Here's I'm going to address that because I looked at her and she really looked like a Marvel superhero.
Have you ever seen her in person?
No.
That chick, when she wears shoes, she's like 6'7".
Oh, she's a giant.
She is a giant, bro. I saw her from down the street one day. I was on Park Avenue. She went to a restaurant. And I noticed that everybody was crowded in the street. I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
I'm nosy. I want to know.
Hey, that's what you hear.
So I see this really tall. She was as tall as her Secret Service people.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
And I was like, Amazon. She was big. Woo.
Amazon.
Yeah. So
She's
I can
really that
imagine.
tall?
Yes.
You know what? I got to look this up.
You know who else is tall?
How tall is Gary? Facts.
Yeah,
how tall
facts.
is
Michelle Obama.
How tall is Michelle Obama?
And Barack Obama, she was taller than him at the inaugural. So
Right, because she was in the heels.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, how tall is Michelle?
Yo,
Obama?
crazy.
Now I'm kind of curious. Now I want to know.
Let me see.
Because she looked like a Marvel superhero, really.
She was a Marvel superhero.
I mean, because she had on it was
She
kind
had
of like
that
a
kill hole,
what color was that?
Maroon.
Maroon.
Yeah, maroon.
And she had the big buckle.
That's what's up. She was
Yeah.
ready to whip that
She's like,
ass. Bam! Wonder Woman.
Show up here if you want to, Trump.
Yeah, and that belt buckle was shining. No, it wasn't even that.
What was it?
When she walked down the hall with her man, yo, she had that strut like
Yes.
she was in
Full
like
support.
a Yves Saint Laurent runway walk, like she was Jean Bon Gaultier or whatever.
No, it's crazy. How tall is she?
She's 5'11".
Well, with
All right,
heels,
so
she looked.
heels, she's above 6 feet.
Yeah, she's like 6'2", 6'3" in
Yeah,
heels.
yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
with
yeah.
4-inch
What kind of
heels.
heels is she wearing?
And she can wear 4-inch.
Okay.
4
no doubt.
inches is pretty
No,
standard.
because sometimes she's taller than Barack.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
4 inches standard for a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so she could be,
She was a
6'3".
glamazon.
Yeah, she wasn't playing.
No, and apparently her hair was the show because the girl who did her hair, they found out who did her hair. She went from like a couple thousand followers on Twitter to like 383,000 followers in one day.
Go ahead, girl. Good for you.
Yo, her thing was laid and slayed.
Well, speaking of the inauguration,
Yeah.
maybe you guys can tell me this thing that's going on. And in the chat room, maybe y'all could tell me because I'm a little ignorant to something. So I'm going to ask a question.
Go ahead.
What is the deal with this Bernie thing?
Oh, the meme.
What is that?
First of all, he looked like he was sitting there. You know, they put the pen, and the camera people are real funny. You know, they were looking at Mitch McConnell when they had the camera pen and Mitch McConnell when they was singing, when Garth Brooks was singing or whatever, and he was just like, yeah, okay. And then Bernie, he was sitting. It seemed like he was sitting like off to the side.
Right, like he was really.
He had like a whole Larry David moment. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting down with like a whole big package. Like he was on his way to the post office. He just happened to just show up. Okay. And he was sitting in the chair with his muffs on. And then they just cropped him out of that picture and put him like on the train.
They put him over there.
Yeah. You should have seen the memes. It's crazy.
All over the place.
You know what the funniest one I've seen?
I had gotten a picture, right? And someone said to me, I was like, okay, Bernie is sitting sort of out, in an outdoor restaurant with the mittens on, right? And there's a dude next to him suntanning, and I didn't get the joke.
No, they even put him in. Remember Friday where Ice Cube and Chris Tucker was like, damn. Yo, they had Bernie like lean. Yo, the best.
Somebody put him on the. So
Go ahead, yeah, please.
I was on Africa Islam's page. So somebody put Bernie on the cover of Ice-T's Power album.
Wow.
Noriega had one too.
Well, apparently they had Bernie with Wu-Tang.
That's what's up. Actually, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's what Heather said. Heather's like, they had Bernie with Wu-Tang.
Send some photos. I want to see it.
I saw Bernie with Prince. I saw that one.
Oh, I love that.
He's in the tub with Prince.
I ain't see that one, but okay.
Yeah. So was it Bernie or was it the mittens?
It was all of
It's
it.
all over the place. Yeah, it's the whole package.
The mittens, the lady that did the mittens.
She can't even sell anymore.
Yo, she can't sell. Like people wanted her.
Yes.
Like people. She was like, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Yo.
Yeah. Like,
she was about to get paid, bro.
Yeah, but she said she didn't want to make the mittens.
That's dumb. How you gonna turn money down like that?
She's like, I got a job.
That is socialism. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something.
Get run off with that.
That's socialism.
I'd have had a bunch of people make them mittens.
To the point what you made, you were talking about the camera angles.
Yes. Yes.
So I thought it was very interesting. Right after Kamala got sworn in, the camera panned to Mike Pence.
I'm sure.
Right. So
Who was the vice president?
Like the look on his face was like, "Damn, I'm glad this is over."
You know who else is glad it's over? You know who else is? No, let me tell you who. You know who's the happiest you could ever see him right now, and you could see the difference.
Mitch McConnell.
Dr. Fauci.
Oh, Dr. Fauci.
So the press conference yesterday,
he looked like he was
totally different.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he's smiling and happy. Oh my God. Anyway, it was incredible.
I mean, you can see that the weight has been lifted off of Washington.
Goodness.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, from Dr. Fauci, no doubt, you know, you can see his swag is different. He's like, okay, now we can get down to business.
Yeah.
And you can see even Mitch McConnell and those guys. Like, you kind of see this weight is all, but there's a certainty, and you're right, they suck. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
However, you see them, they're like, all right, cool, we got rid of this dude. I'm feeling a little better.
Nah, they still trying to pull a Jack move, which I don't appreciate.
Hey, listen, they can't win.
They're still towing the party line. And let me tell you something. If they break, I'm reading
Tell me.
that they're trying to create a new party. They're splitting the party in two. They're talking about a Patriot Party.
That's what. Yeah.
Which is basically white power party.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's.
Wow.
Yeah, and if they do that, they'll never win another election. Honestly, they won't win another election for the next 20 years.
Well, here's the thing.
So what would the split be?
Let them split the party because there goes the Republican vote.
Basically.
Well, you got 147 senators who actually was against impeachment of the president, so they made it very vocal.
However, only 15% of the country are Republicans.
Well, okay.
That's the number.
Think about that.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Gary Facts.
Oh,
I don't know. Talk about it, Gary.
Gary Facts verify if you need to.
How many are independent then?
How many people are? What is the percentage of the country that are actually Republicans? And it's a low number. It's like
I'm gonna look it up because
look at Gary.
I think it's a conspiracy.
Do you think?
Oh, this is a conspiracy theory.
It's a conspiracy.
How many? What is the percentage of Republicans?
Put it on, Gary, so I can drink. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready for action.
I love it. I love it. Okay, we're going Gary. Gary's getting the facts. Rocky's
Gary, get the facts.
2625.
Rocky talk.
Yeah.
All right. How you doing?
You're gonna throw Rocky off.
Wait a minute, you've been to Florida, Rocky. You just came back again?
Oh, wait, hold up. Shout out to my son Charles.
What's
There you
going on with
go.
Charles? What's going on with Charles?
Uh-huh.
I got a brand new granddaughter today.
Well, fantastic,
That's right,
Grandpa.
that's
Go
right,
on,
that's
Papa.
right.
Yes, Papa.
Charlize Elizabeth Ruiz.
When was she born?
Can you say that
This
again?
morning.
What's the name again? What's
This
the name
morning?
Her name is Charlize Elizabeth Ruiz, the newest member to the Ruiz family.
Powerful.
Hello. Come on now. Look at you. Got legacy kids and everything. I love it.
That's right.
Big shout out to Grandpa Rocky.
That's
right.
it. Papa.
That is so
Nine grandchildren.
Tito.
More good.
There you go.
Tito Piedra.
That's
is in
it.
the house.
Tito.
What time was she born today? Do you know?
No, it
Approximately?
had to be.
Approximately.
When I broke out, it was about 10:30, 11:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So around 12. You
Yeah,
think?
I got my son calls me. Oh, we're in the hospital. I'm like, oh wow. Let me know what's going on.
New York?
No, in Florida.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right. So as I'm in the bus still, he goes, they're gonna break the water. I said, okay. I didn't even get off the bus yet. Yo, it's your girl. I'm like, what?
That's all you need. Look.
That was fast.
Pop that water. What?
25%.
Told you 25. Boom, ding, 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 ding,
25%.
ding.
So how are they able to cheat?
There you go. See, feel that energy.
25.
I feel that energy and I don't like it. That don't mean I don't like it.
Take that, Robin. Take that. Take
They
that. Take
cheat,
that.
that's why.
25%
It's a conspiracy.
identify as Republicans. 41% identify as independents.
I see. So they switch. They keep switching.
So that's the swing.
No. Well, here's the thing, because I used to be a Democrat and I moved to independent.
Okay.
Congrats,
I know.
congrats, grandbaby Rocky. That's
There
what
you
the
go.
founder said.
Thank you.
I have a couple of friends, other friends that were Democrats. They moved to independent, and I know.
Talking to Mike.
And
It's your friend.
I have some other friends that were Republicans that moved to
I
independent.
got it. But they can easily switch and vote, either
can swing
way.
either way.
Well, here's the thing. See, whenever you go to see one of your Congress people, your local politicians,
Yes.
right, and there's a sign-in sheet.
Yeah.
So when you sign that paper, they see if you're a Democrat or a Republican.
Right.
Okay.
So if your congressperson, let's say, is a Democrat,
Right.
and they see that you're a Democrat, well, I don't really have to sell him.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's a given vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand?
It's a gimme.
And the same thing with Republicans.
Right.
If you're a Republican, and your Congress and the person that you're seen as a Republican, it's
Right,
like, oh,
right,
I ain't gotta sell them. But
Right.
they're independent, like you gotta work.
Yeah,
So,
I'm-
so
tell
are
me
you saying?
something.
I'm independent.
So you saying if I sign in, I should sign in as an independent?
Yes.
Well,
Or the opposite party.
no, I say
So if I go see the Democrat, I'd be like, I'm a Republican.
no.
Can I get attention?
I would say no. You sign in as an independent because they gotta work. They gotta work to
So
sell.
you're saying the
'Cause
squeaky wheel gets the grease?
it's a gift because what a lot of these polls are done, the way a lot of these political polls are done, especially when you're dealing with partisan politics.
Yes.
Talk from a point of, the given votes. So if they see that you're a registered Democrat or a registered Republican, they assume that that's the way that you're going to vote.
Okay.
So, and if the person that you're seeing is a Republican and you're a Republican, they don't really gotta. It's like, okay,
There's a lot of
you
work.
gotta sell them.
Well-
But if you're an independent, they gotta.
They got to swing you.
They gotta work.
Well, currently as it stands, there are like 10.
Sorry, I did something.
You
Sorry
sure
about
did. You went to commercial.
that. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
You just you're a bum.
Wow,
You're a bum.
Bumba! I'm
You're
a bumba!
bum.
he just don't look you.
No. He don't like me today, but that's all right.
Yeah, I love Robin.
So listen. So today I found out that there's like a couple companies, even after the 147 senators voted against impeachment that are funding the GOP right now, the super PACs.
Yeah.
And I was surprised, bro. FedEx is still giving them the money even after, all of this is going on. And, just there's a couple companies I don't know. I mean, the Koch brothers, of course, they were the biggest donors.
Right.
But like Home Depot,
Yeah. Well,
FedEx, I'm like, why are they still supporting these guys?
Well, unfortunately, some of these Fortune 500 CEOs, they're just straight Republicans.
See, this is what really brings me a lot of anxiety working in the corporate world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because people have these views, and I mean, these views are now skewed to like the whole right now. Okay. Like there's no middle now.
No, right.
Now there could be a nice, a considerate Republican, but that to me now is an oxymoron.
Well, no. I mean, it's. I mean, I agree with what you're saying because what Trump has said has done. He's pushed it so far right
that everything conservative is attributed to Trump.
So you see how Robin does that? She leans into the mic. You see that?
Yeah, I see.
You should do that
I'm
shit
good at
too.
that. That's why I just do that. I just do it.
So these companies, I mean, there are certain ones that are dedicated Trump supporters.
Right.
There are other companies like, for example, I mean, Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, like Jamie Dimon, he came straight out and spoke about
Citibank.
And he spoke. He's like, "Yo, that's not what we like. I don't support that."
Right.
Goldman Sachs. They're like,
right.
I don't support
well,
that.
What GOP, they believe in money, right? Stop giving them the money, and I mean, corporations are lobbying these people.
Right.
So if they stop giving them the money and say, "Listen, it's not that you have to agree with the Democrats. Just admit that the results of the election were legit.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
That's all.
That's all you got to do.
For the sake of the country.
See, this is the thing. I think that with a lot of these Republicans, like to go on misinformation, right? Mm-hmm. That's basically what it is. I mean,
because they follow conspiracy.
60
up next after the
62 court cases. The majority of those judges were Republican judges that Trump and McConnell put in.
Right.
That threw everything that threw it all out.
Right.
The Supreme Court.
Yep.
What? Three of the judges?
Yes, that's right.
Trump judges. They threw it out.
Yeah.
So even if they had maybe half judges that were Democrats, they probably could have had a case.
But you know why?
But these are people. So you put in your people.
Come on, Gary, talk about it.
I'm
Get closer to the mic, Gary.
So,
This nigga's hot.
Yes.
you put in your people.
Come on, juicy.
And they still turn on you.
Yeah, they jerked you. Yeah.
Like, but I mean, it's like.
But they didn't jerk. They didn't jerk him. They followed the law.
They followed the law, exactly.
They followed the law.
So where is it, from a legal standpoint, and I don't care what side of the aisle that you're on, you need facts in the courtroom.
Right.
Law is law.
Always.
Law is law.
That's right.
So for any of these Republican senators and these crazy QAnon people
Yep.
Who I want to talk about.
to follow.
Well,
like,
they
stop
watch.
it.
They
stupid.
only
Like,
watch 3 networks.
They stupid.
They watch Fox, they watch Newsmax, and they watch OWN.
Oh God, those Jesus! Don't
And
let me start with those.
no, wait, hold
What do
on.
you mean, on like Oprah? Like
No,
Oprah?
OANN,
One America Network.
One America News Network.
Yeah, they're a baby version of Fox, but like 100 times worse.
Now you got to remember. Now there was a lawsuit. I don't know if you remember or acknowledge or know about it, but there was some kind of injunction on Fox for misinformation,
Yes.
and they had to admit that they're not a news organization. It's more of an opinion organization. So, and not only that, but they play in. I would think. Well, from what I read, 90% of the Army bases play nothing but Fox all day. So you got people watching this stuff all day long.
Well, ever since Trump was in office,
And not only that, then they go on social media, start looking up stuff, and everything they look up, they bring them new pages and more crazy stuff.
well, Fox. I mean, look, there were a number of legal cases about
Right.
Fox, and Fox attorneys said in court, like, they basically considered themselves like entertainment programming.
That's what
like
they
that's in
said.
court, like that's in court documents.
Yeah, but you know what? They are shut down in at least 3 different countries.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely, yes.
And I think they should really shut them down. I know that they make a lot of money, but I'm sorry, morality is more than what money can equate.
But here's the
Well,
thing.
I think I want to be clear on this real quick, and this is the misconception of Fox, and that is, Fox was never news. Fox was an opinion. Fox was entertainment. Fox is entertainment, actually.
Well, so is the Jerry Springer show.
But and that is my point exactly, right? It's entertainment. When you watch the news, when I watch the news, I watch Channel 7 because Channel 7 is the news. I watch Channel 4 because the news. Because they deliver the news without an opinion. They just give you the news, right? When you watch CNN and you watch MSNBC, they're also basically entertainment. You know what I'm saying? On our side, especially MSNBC, because they're gonna have we're aligned with their views, right? But it's still opinion news.
Yeah, and it's still like it's still
Right.
partisan.
Right, it's very partisan.
You're never gonna get when they say we balance the news. That's some bull. They just give their side,
Of
whatever
what you see.
left leaning or right leaning side, whatever the advertisers will buy,
Right.
time will buy.
Right, they're gonna
they'll
do that.
go it.
Yeah. So when I watch the news,
I'm sorry because when they said sorry,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
but in the beginning when they were talking about how they were rioters versus insurrectionists, and they were being
Right.
told to say this on TV. I'm like, you are now brainwashing people to think that this is not as serious as it was.
Correct.
So they're being led from the top down to
Right.
give people propaganda that's not true.
Okay.
Until slowly they started to say, come on now, we're just as bad as those guys.
Right.
If we're allowing people to just dismiss the truth. We know what the truth is.
Yeah.
They need to say it.
Well, see, and speaking about the truth, what gave the rise to Fox News was when Reagan repealed the fairness doctrine.
Yeah, I think they need to bring that back.
Ever since Clinton was in office, I've been saying to bring back.
Hold on, wait. What is the fairness doctrine?
Okay. The fairness doctrine is a FCC rule that basically gives media companies the right to basically say what they want,
Okay.
but they try to. It's so if you
It's
have
like First Amendment. It's like the First Amendment.
so
Okay.
if you have 24 hours of programming, right?
Okay.
They want at least 1 hour to show a different view.
Okay.
Right? So prior to that, when we would watch the news, we would get people like Walter Cronkite, Peter Jennings,
Right.
all these people that,
That did the news.
that did real news.
Right.
Right? But now when the fairness doctrine came in and allowed Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes to build Fox News and to basically create a propaganda network.
Machine. Yeah.
They were like the news version of the National Enquirer.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, first of all, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think the root of this, and I'm gonna go to commercial because we got to do conspiracy theories, but this is a great topic because it kind of shows how things developed. And once Ted Turner created CNN,
Right.
and he created 24-hour news,
Yeah.
that no one thought was going to work.
Right.
Who the hell's going to want to watch the news 24 hours, and how much content can you get in 24 hours?
Even if you got to say it over and over again.
Over and over again.
Right.
And then he created CNN. That was the death of honest news
I think
or
so.
news reporting, right? Then these corporations started buying the news stations,
Yeah.
right? One corporation that I know definitely owns the news is Disney. Disney owns Channel 7. Disney owns Eyewitness News. So you will, if there was any negative reporting going on about Disney, you would never see it on Eyewitness News.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Because they own it. So once corporate America got involved in the news business, then basically all news that you see
Spin.
potentially is propaganda.
Spin.
It's spin.
Well-
It's spin. Right?
I'll wait till you
But
come
isn't
back.
it?
I'll wait till you come
It's
back
spin.
from.
Fox is spin.
Yeah,
MSNBC is spin. CNN is spin. Now, the thing is though,
But you gotta.
how big the spin is.
I was just gonna say that.
So Fox, if I had a wheel, it would be higher than this building, right? This spin is just absolutely positively ridiculous and filled with a lot of spin lies. Then you got MSNBC. They have our perspective, but sometimes with them, I'm like, okay, for instance, and I said this one night, the dude can't be all bad. I'm like, and I was talking about Trump. I'm like, and I was tired of looking at MSNBC and seeing him talk all bad about the dude. I'm like, okay, tell me, what has he done right?
Nothing.
No. Because I think he did do right.
Wait.
No. I mean, all right, maybe he's that human being. I don't know. But my question was, what has he done? Listen, here's the deal, right? Everybody didn't agree with Barack Obama either, right? But what I'm saying is, I just wanted to hear what he did that was right, and then I would tune into Fox to hear what he did was right. But then they would go when they had to defend him, and that was the problem. Because Fox would say, okay, he did this trade agreement or did this, and this was the benefits. But then when they had to defend him was when you heard the kooky shit, and you're like, this is not making any sense. And I just wish that MSNBC and CNN, as much as we hate the guy, if you want to do a fairness act, the fairness act is this. Okay, you let us know what he did wrong, but also be fair and say, well, this is what he did that actually worked.
Well, let me interrupt you for a
Go ahead.
second.
Priceless.
If he did anything right, then they would talk about it. But as far as I'm concerned, Joe Biden reversed at least 30 of those things the
hold
first
on.
day he came in
Hold on.
office.
He also like, okay, he did some. Let's say he did something right, and I would sit there and I go, okay, but then all of a sudden he would open his mouth,
Well,
and then when he
okay,
would talk
Gary.
about it, it was like whatever came out of his mouth was like nonsense.
He's always been talking nonsense. I'm sorry. It's just the way he is. And it's funny because, hold on. And before you talk, Gary, let me
I'm
just
chilling.
mention that. Remember they said that he left a note for Biden when he got into office.
Yep.
When Biden got into office, after 400,000 people died, they found out they had no plan.
Which I knew that.
They had no plan.
Right.
The intent was to let all of these people die. That's what it was.
Right.
And this is, and I don't know. He could have carried my mother's baggage from the grocery store as far as I'm concerned. But my whole family, my grandmother could have been the only one that survived, and my whole family could have been dead based on his negligence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So one good act for me does not negate the fact that not only did 400,000 people, souls
That's right.
or under his watch expired. And he incited an insurrection against the government.
And once again, I agree with you on these things, right? But you have to look at a president, any president, as a man, right? And you're gonna do good, you're gonna do bad. And only thing I'm saying is
Ted Bundy was a man.
that's right. And you know what?
The
I hate to
Night
say
Stalker
it.
was a man.
Listen, Hitler was a man.
Jeffrey Epstein was a man.
Correctamundo. But the question is, not what those guys did, but if you're the president, I need to know at what point did you benefit the country?
I'm sorry.
What did you do to benefit the country?
He's a mass murderer.
Here's the thing. No,
I concur.
Robin.
What about
totally
Robin's
financial?
hot. I can't even get to the other topic. Go ahead, go.
What about the financial?
Shout out to Nancy, by the way.
We're gonna roll with this. Go ahead.
See, Trump, if he did something good, I would definitely say it. But I follow I follow a lot of the deals that even the trade deals.
Gary facts.
It's the context of the trade deals.
The quid pro quo.
Right, the context. So if you look at the trade deals that he's done, they were crappy deals.
Right.
Right. So for Fox News to say, "Oh well, Trump signed a new trade deal," look at the context of the deal
And who benefits from it?
and who been right. Exactly.
Okay.
So for him to make himself out as some masterful negotiator,
What's up, Megan? Megan's in I can never pronounce her name. What's up, Megan? How you doing, baby?
Megan Z.
Megan Z tuned in. What's up, Meg?
So for him to make himself out as some masterful negotiator, and then to
He wasn't even negotiating. It was his son-in-law.
oh yeah, but to do these different trade deals that really didn't benefit
Not
America,
the United States, no.
It did not. None of those, and you could go look them all up.
Okay.
So for what Fox talking about? Oh, he did this, he did that. Like even George Bush did better trade deals than him.
Yeah, and I think that also too. I mean,
I'm just,
Hold on,
I'm looking for something right.
no. Look, sorry, I gotta tell you.
I'm a guy here.
I know you're a man.
I am trying to find something
You
that he
can't.
did right.
You
He
can't.
left.
Right.
I hate you all.
No, but listen, even his Middle East deals, with Israel actually supported apartheid.
Absolutely, yes.
So there's no middle ground
There's
here.
yeah, you can't. And let me just say this: his financial backer.
I'm gonna eat a blood sauce.
No, hold on. On Wall Street,
You just hungry.
we say if you want to get to the truth, follow the money.
Right.
His financial backer, I like to call him Trump's sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Robert Mercer.
Yeah.
He's worth about $20 billion. Robert Mercer is an ultra conservative white nationalist.
Right. And Rebecca Mercer,
And that's his daughter.
and she founded what?
Parler.
That's right.
Right? So from the beginning, when Trump came into office, it was Robert Mercer that put Steve Bannon there.
Yep.
He put Stephen Miller.
Yep.
He put Kellyanne Conway.
Yeah.
So everybody that was in Trump's orbit was all white nationalists. So you can't give me come on.
Sorry, Rock.
Sorry.
Come on.
Sorry, Rock.
That's called the real discussion.
Now for people who don't like Joe Biden, that's fine.
Gary.
You don't have to like everybody.
You know, but find me the equivalent of Robert Mercer behind Joe Biden.
Right. I want to know.
Find me the equivalent to the people that surround Joe Biden now, equivalent to Steve
You hitting
Bannon.
them hard, Gary.
Right? So come on, so if we're gonna talk facts, let's
That's
talk
right.
facts.
Go ahead, Gary.
Come with it.
Talk the facts.
Come on.
That's what we're talking about.
So let's
Yes.
talk facts.
So hold on. Now remember. Now we're going to segue.
Niggas
Sorry,
is
all
fine.
right.
Now, yeah, I'm hot. I'm hot, bro.
Oh, here we
Go
go.
ahead, go.
So now let's segue.
All right, I'll take
So when Hillary Clinton was running against,
that. Donald Trump.
I don't want to say his name,
Wow.
DT.
but I don't like that guy.
Okay.
All right. So when she was running against that guy,
Yeah.
they made a conspiracy theory around her.
Yes.
Yes.
Where they're saying that she was part of a cabal, a sexual ring where children were being trafficked
Yes.
and raped.
Yes. Yes.
And it developed into something called QAnon.
Yes.
Okay?
I know.
So let's talk about it. But you want to go to commercial first?
Yeah. Let me go to commercial real quick.
Because I love this segment.
I don't know if I got sound. Let me just see. I'll play the Coca-Cola commercial. Yeah, I don't got no sound on it, but there's a Coca-Cola commercial.
Can people hear it? Are you on IG really?
Yeah, I'm across the board. Yeah, I'm across the board. Yeah.
Shit, okay.
Are you getting the comments?
Yeah. Yeah, I got to see the multi-stream. I can see the
Here
multi-stream.
we go.
Where's IG?
It's in the multi-stream.
I don't know.
Well, that's just Facebook.
You.
That's multi-stream. Okay, so that's the end of Coca-Cola. And then we have to do the shake and go. Should I do the shake and
Yes,
go?
do the shake.
sure.
You didn't use the picture I gave you.
Yeah, I love the shake and go. Do I have a new shake and go wig? Well, this wig is the Shake and Go Synthetic Organic Pony Pro Ponytail. So it's about 3 feet of hair. Now, what is special about the Shake and Go? I know you're like, what's so special about it? Well, here's the deal.
I know what it is.
If you happen to be pushed in a pool or something, or you're caught in the rain or something, and your wig, gets wet, then you can just go somewhere, take the ponytail off.
Oh, you're dancing all night and you sweating it out, baby.
That's right, exactly. Because the DJ is hot, right?
Right.
You at a Rock Logic party, right?
Hello.
And I done sweated your weave out. I done sweated your wig out.
Dripping
right?
wet,
Okay.
yeah.
So then you go to the bathroom, and all you gotta do is shake the wig out. and reattach it and
That's
put it
it.
back on.
That's it.
Back to the party, shake what your mama gave you.
And go back to the party and shake what your
Yes.
mama gave you.
Yeah,
So,
mane and tail.
so that's the shake and go. Big shout out to Karen Turner. Hey guys.
Hey, Karen.
Special hello to Gary.
Special hello to Gary.
Special hello
Hey,
to
Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Right? And
Ice.
you know what? I know I play this, but I just love this video.
Gary's passionate. Yes.
I love this video because this was like a tattoo that really went absolutely positively bad. Apparently the woman got overstimulated, so I'm just gonna play.
That's
that.
what's up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I love
pretty
it.
wild, right? Yep.
There's no sound.
Nah, that's no sound. No, all right, but boosh, skadoosh.
Skadoosh.
I can do the sound effects. You like that? Here it comes again.
He might have been
Skadoosh!
knocked his ass out.
Oh my God! She's skadooshed.
First it was a ski. The second one was skidoo.
Yes. You know what? I mean, some things you shouldn't do. What's up, Lisa Clary? What's up?
Hey, Lisa,
I have a
what's
special
up?
hello for Gary too. There you go.
I want to give a
Gary's got fans.
I want to give a special get well to Lisa.
Okay.
Lisa,
What's up with her? What happened?
you know, she caught COVID.
Oh,
She's
yikes.
very sick.
Oh my God.
So I want us to wish her a speedy recovery.
Wishing you a speedy recovery.
So I just want to give her a special shout out.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this COVID thing's no joke. I mean,
COVID is crazy.
It's touching everyone, honestly. And that new strain coming out.
was
you
just
can't
gonna
even
say, they got
escape it.
Well, this second,
It's in the air, man.
this second or third strain is supposed to come in March or something.
No, it's
like
already
that.
here.
I hope so, because I got parties to do in March, man. Come on.
No, you don't. Let's
We'd like
stop
to do
this. Yeah, I like the party too, honey, but it ain't happening. I'll tell you right
Yeah,
now.
it's sort of man down at the moment.
Yeah, it's
but,
man down.
You know what they're
Kids
doing is.
down.
I tell you what's interesting, right? Because things are innovation is the mother of invention. So what they are doing is they're starting to do these concerts where the car basically like you remember the drive-in movie theater.
Drive-in, yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
They're doing concerts like that now.
That's awesome. Are you
Yeah.
doing one?
Yeah, probably on February 17th, I believe, in Long Island. So, and I'll let you know how it's all going down and
Yes,
transpires.
Trump country.
Yeah,
I love it.
100%. So I'm gonna stand there and we're gonna do the thing. So, one of the acts that I know is on the list is the Soul Sonic Force.
Oh,
With my man LG DJing and Mr. Biggs and Globe, and I guess I'm going to be powwow. I guess
I love it.
right. So that's supposed to happen on the
Wow.
17th. So we'll see how that transpires. I think it's gonna be dope.
You're gonna be powwow?
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
No, whoa. Where's the real powwow?
I've been powwow a couple of times.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
I got videos
Where they
of
gonna go
being powwow. Powwow, just life.
Okay.
Of an entertainer. Sometimes
Where's the real powwow?
Well, he's in the Bronx for sure, and I've seen him in different places.
He ain't mad at you for playing it.
Actually, he thinks I'm the best powwow ever.
He said, yeah.
Bring him on.
Come on.
He's like, yo, Rock,
God
man.
bless him. That's right.
You're one of the best powwows ever.
That's
so,
what's up. That's what's up.
it's just, group conflicts, sometimes.
got
that's
I
what
see.
does that.
He's taking it good. He's taking it good.
So, I'm powwow sometimes. And then Ike sees powwow sometimes. And,
Wow.
but this show, I'm going to be powwow. I enjoy
Are
being
you gonna
powwow.
wear the suit?
Yeah, I put on the feathers and everything.
You do?
Yeah.
You got a headdress and all
Yeah,
that?
there are pictures of me with the feathers on. Matter of fact, if I can find a YouTube video, I can play it
let's
of me
go.
performing as powwow in London. Yeah, I've done that. So I wear the headdress. And then there's a painting actually of me
What?
in the powwow headdress, and they had it in the news. They're like, okay.
Where is it now? Where's the picture?
I can find it. It was
I
actual
wanna see
painting. It was
that.
actual painting.
It's a painting?
It is a painting. It's actually a painting, right?
I want to
And
see
it's
it.
of
Hang it
me
up over here.
as powwow. But now what's really crazy is they're like, this is Africa Bambaataa. And it was really...
Oh, they had the wrong black person. Insert black man
it's all
here.
messed up. So we're going to do that. So let's get into a couple of these. Karen Turner's like, we need the pick. We need the pick. I'm going to get the pick. And you know what? I'm going to find the video. I'll let you guys chop it up, and I'll find the actual video of me performing in London as powwow.
Okay,
That's what's up.
I'll find it on YouTube because it's on YouTube. If you guys look it up online, it's Soul Sonic Force, powwow, Michael Jackson tribute.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it comes up. because there's a set that I do, and part of it is a Michael Jackson
That's
song.
so
it pops up.
cool. Nice.
So what about these conspiracy theories?
I love it.
Let's transition.
Well, these are QA9 people.
You know what? Before I get that, because that's deep.
Okay.
Why?
Because there's other things that ain't even that deep, right? Number one, let's just start with next week's guest. What's his name? David.
X.
No, David Weiss.
David Weiss.
I was saying David X.
So David Weiss believes, and there are a lot of people that believe this theory, that the Earth is flat.
A lot of people believe that for real?
Yep.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they believe the Earth is flat.
It's really catching on.
And it's a flat Earth theory.
And it's an international thing too.
Yeah, Robin, tell me about this flat Earth theory.
Well, from what I've read,
And he's supposed to be good. He's supposed to convince me.
well,
I don't get it.
well,
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say a word.
No.
That I'm lying.
So if I go jogging, if I
I'm
go
lying.
jogging,
I'm coming
and you
hot.
see
I ain't
me,
gonna lie to you. I'm
does that
coming
mean
in
I fall
hot.
off? If I go jogging and I come back to the crib and nobody sees me, does that mean I fell off?
Exactly.
Well, no.
Well, come on, talk to me, bro.
So from what I've read,
Netflix flat Earth.
they believe that the Earth is like a disc where when you get to the North Pole,
Okay.
and if you cross the North Pole, you drop into like whatever.
The abyss.
Really?
Right.
Wow. No, I listen.
So instead of it being round, like in a 360-degree model, they believe it's like a 180
You are one of
degree.
the most intelligent women I've ever met.
Why?
Yes, but let me ask you a question. What do
No.
you think?
Of course, I think the Earth is round.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I studied. You know, when I was a young lass,
You're still young.
when I was a wee lass,
You're younger than
when I
me.
was a wee lass, you know, I used to take anthropology, blah blah, anthropology.
Okay.
And also science was my thing. You know, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Turks. You know, they studied the stars based on the circumference of the Earth.
Right.
I just don't understand if the Earth is not round. What are the other planets then? Do they believe we have other planets?
Right.
I don't understand.
Is the moon a disc in the sky? Like,
Did Humpty Dumpty get
No,
pushed?
we tell time based on the
or did he
movement
just
of the
fall off the
planet.
wall?
No, we tell time based on the movement of the planet.
Exactly how it turns. Well,
And
that's what time is.
And when you say something is cyclical, just like any weather pattern, it is a ratio. It goes around in a circle.
Correct.
Like pie. Pie is a circle,
That's right.
It tastes good too.
right? And yeah, tastes good too.
Especially apple.
I mean,
Well, go ahead.
no.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, when you measure things in 2D, 1D, 3D, 4D,
Right.
you have a circumference of something
Correct.
that is measured in width and depth.
All right. Right.
And a disc does not do that,
right.
not
Correct.
fully,
Yeah.
mathematically. We talk about a mathematical equation. Those people told time, you know, the Greeks and the
Right.
Romans and the
Based
Africans,
on a circle.
based on how the
360.
planet moved.
Right. 100%.
Women cycle revolves around a 28-day cycle based on the moon tide.
Say
Right.
cycle or cycle?
Cycle.
Oh, could I go?
Like cycle. Like cycle.
No, I mean
like
cycle.
Like cycle.
No, not psycho.
I know a couple of women that are
Don't go there.
I'm kind of rocky on this one.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
There's a 28
I'm
days
just saying.
when women are
Don't.
psycho.
All right, no. No, we only cycle for 10. 10 days.
Yeah.
10.
Psycho.
Psycho.
Cycle for 10, but cycle
Like a bike.
right.
Okay,
Cycle.
okay,
Okay,
I got
all right.
you.
Like time.
So yeah, so and I agree with you, and I mean like the time is the only way time is actually measured is through distance. Distance is time, right?
Right.
The time it takes you to get from one place to another is time, right?
I guess he didn't go to the planetarium at the Museum of Natural History.
No, apparently not.
Love that place.
I love it. Love it.
Not this guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you know what? I've seen some of his stuff on YouTube, and they really were like, you know, he would say some. Listen, not that he convinced me. Here's the deal. Hold on for a second, all right? So, if you've ever flown to Asia, right, the way they fly to Asia is they fly up to Alaska.
That's right.
And then they come down. So it's more like almost like a triangle how they do it. They don't go around the circumference of the Earth because it wastes fuel. It would be more fuel because the middle of the Earth is bigger.
Right.
So they go up to the top and then they swoop down like an eagle. Okay. So when you go up to the top, you can see that the Earth is round. Like, you can see it. You can look out the window and be like, oh, shit, this shit is round.
So, and also...
They're like a caution rope out there?
Caution rope, yeah, no.
No.
Like,
I'm saying...
you're going off the edge.
So I can see if they can say the moon landing in 1969...
Another conspiracy
right, was fake. But up until... From that point, we've been going to space.
To space, yeah.
And that's not fake.
Right.
I mean, some people may disagree.
I'm just saying, hold on for a second. You know what? And I saw this, the moon conspiracist, right? They're like, we never went to the moon. Okay, well, guess what? You know what? Until you can bring me, because you're talking about a scam that required thousands of people to be involved in to understand that this was a scam, right? Until you bring me a person, one single human being that says, we did not land on the moon, nothing that you're showing me is, because they got the thing, right? They're like, they show the lights and the this and that, and the flag is waving and there's no air in the move and all this foolishness that they say. But the deal is this, you know, what you're really saying is that 17 missions to the moon were faked. Because we've been to the moon 17 times.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that's where it stops for me.
Right.
Because science always wins, okay? If you can get somebody out there outside of the atmosphere to look down at Earth and see Earth. Now, I've seen it. Well, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
When I watch it on Netflix.
You've seen it.
CNN.
No, I watched it. There's something on Netflix where the astronauts look down back on Earth.
That's right.
And they look at the weather patterns and they see where things are happening.
Of course they do that.
Right.
Absolutely.
So how do you dispute that?
Right.
Why do you have this guy on?
We want him.
Are you bored?
I want to make fun of him. Yes, I want to make fun of him.
No, I don't want to make fun of him. I don't like it. Don't waste my time.
Robin's a hot rod.
Yeah, no, you know what? Thank God. Because I agree with that. I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, that really, it just feels and sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I want him.
Are you saying the Russians never went to space? Are you saying, I mean, you understand something, more than one country in the United States, number one, has been to space. Mm-hmm. Let's start there. Two,
Russia,
China, India, right? Okay. And then there are all these satellites.
I was just
They have a space station. We have a space force.
There's a space station, and your man Donald Trump, the one good thing he did is he created Space Force. He did.
Well, hold on.
He did.
Look at that face.
And you love
Look at that face. Look at that face. That face. That's not cool. That's not cool.
He gave you Space Force, Robin.
I could be in Space Force.
Okay. There we
He
go.
gave you Space Force.
I don't know about this.
He did.
Say thank you.
I ain't meet them yet.
Say thank you.
Who
Say
are
thank
they?
you. He gave you Space
Who
Force.
are
Thank
they?
you.
I haven't even seen a picture of them all lined up saying we're Space Force.
You were
Yeah.
pro Space Force, so you knew he did it. Stop being CNN.
I like science, but
Okay, I'm
I
just
don't like
saying.
him.
So he created space.
She tight now.
And you know what's funny? Is he really made that a point as he was leaving?
That's the only point.
He's like, yes and no, I created Space Force.
No,
And
he
that's what
also
it was.
said he created jobs too.
Yeah, he did. But he did Space Force. Space Force is his alone. No one had Space Force. like he did.
Wow.
Exactly. Reagan had Star Wars. And
But that was
Donald
that
Trump.
was because of the Cold War within,
Yeah, and then Donald Trump had Space Force.
I ain't seen him yet, so I don't know.
just saying, it's
Maybe you saw
coming.
him on Fox. I didn't see him.
Well, good.
But
That guy.
Okay.
I mean, have you guys heard about this Mandela effect?
Oh, goody.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
No.
There's other conspiracies.
I didn't know about it until you told me.
Okay.
Then I looked it up.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of things I saw. So it's basically, the bottom line is people, for me, this is how I sum it up. People could look at something and it may be the interpretation of what you think it is versus what it really is.
Right.
Okay.
For example, Jif. What do we know Jif as?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Jiffy peanut butter.
Jiffy peanut butter.
That is not correct.
Right,
but
right.
people look at Jif, and I think they associate it with the commercial, and they go Jiffy.
Yeah.
Right, but it's Jif. And you know when people have to look at it real hard and go, I've been wrong all this time.
Yeah, it's not Jiffy.
Right.
It's Jif peanut butter.
And you brought up the Mandela effect because you swore up and down they had a funeral for Mandela in 1988.
I sure did. I was like, yeah, because for some reason I remember Mandela dying in the 80s. I just
He
remember
didn't
this.
die, though.
I know he didn't, because then he came to New York, right? You know.
It was the death of his jail time.
I just remember.
Okay.
I remember when they brought this event up, and I'm like, damn, I remember something about that he had passed away in jail. But I also remember when he came to New York and he greeted Mayor Dinkins. He saw Mayor Dinkins.
It was big because he came to Harlem. We were like, hey.
Right.
We chased him down the street.
Didn't they go to Yankee Stadium and all that?
Yeah.
And that was the origin, or that is the origin of the Mandela effect, right? These different things. Like, for instance, in Star Wars, right? In Star Wars is Luke,
I'm your father.
I'm your father.
I am your father.
That's
Yes.
correct. But they never said that.
No, he did.
No, he didn't.
What did he
He
say?
says, I am your father.
He said, I am your father.
He says, no,
I am your.
I am your father.
Not Luke.
He didn't say Luke. He says, no, I am your father.
Right.
But across, and you guys can look it up online. Just find the video.
We were like, damn, Luke.
Yeah, he
You
didn't
messed up.
he didn't say Luke, I'm your father. He said, no, I am your father.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And the same thing like with Silence of the Lambs, right?
Yes, that's right.
He never said hello, Carice. He never said it.
That's right.
Who's your daddy?
I thought he did.
You can watch the whole damn movie.
I swear to God, I thought he
He
did.
never said hello, Clarice.
You know what?
He never said it.
That's true.
He says good morning, Clarice. He says good evening, Clarice.
That's true.
But he never says hello, Clarice.
You know, there was something simple that I saw that kind of blew my mind.
Uh-huh.
So when you look at the Flintstones cartoon,
Frau Mungo, what's up, Frau? I see you, baby.
Hey, Fally, what's going on, brother?
When they spell out Flintstones, you know there's two T's on that?
There's what?
Two T's.
Two T's.
Two T's.
Okay.
I always thought it was one T. Like, you know how they have it in, like capitalized
Flint,
T,
right?
and then Stones with the smaller T.
STONE. Yeah.
No, but it's capital T in Flint and capital T in Stones. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yes. Certain things are spelled all wrong. Bernstein Bears,
That was interesting.
that's Berenstein Bears.
Looney Tunes.
Bernstein.
Right. Because the Bernstein Bears series, right?
I remember
the
that.
Bernstein Bears.
I remember that.
It was now how we say it. You would say the last part of the name is Steen.
Right.
ST.
I think it's you created that.
IN. Right. But the name of the
Stain.
people that actually made it is Stain. STAIN. Right.
Right.
So now here's where the Mandela effect comes in, right? Because these are all part of this Mandela effect. Like we remember things differently, right? And the idea of the Mandela effect is that we're shifting back and forth between universes, where these little subtle things or time travelers are coming in and they're shifting us around and all this stuff. But the people that made the couple that made the Berenstein Bears, their name is Berenstein and Berenstain. And it's
Right.
spelled STAIN,
Yeah.
right? So now there's a videotape actually that shows because the thing is this, and we're gonna go into another one that's interesting because on the videotape
Let's do it.
it says Berenstain on the front, and then the column on the back it says Berenstein.
Right.
Okay, guess what? Typo, bro. It's just a typo.
They went with it though.
But they ran with that.
And those are Trump supporters now.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
happens. What's up?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you something, Gary.
All
All right, so you've seen the show with the four ladies, right? Sex in the City.
Yeah. Oh,
What's the title?
Sex and the City.
sex.
No.
No,
Sex. What? Wait. Sex,
what?
Sex and the City.
Right.
that is the title. The title of it is Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Not Sex
But
in the
they
City.
had like 5 seasons.
Yeah, I thought it was Sex and the City too.
Yeah. Everyone thought it was Sex in the city.
Well, they did have a lot of sex in the city.
Yes, but it was
Inside the
sex,
city,
but
all
it's sex,
inside.
But it's actually sex and the city. But
Because the city was its own character.
right. So and phonetically, you would be like, "Oh, Sex in the City," right? And I just said "sex and the city" without being, creating the gap.
Yeah, the and became an N because of the,
How it is,
Right.
Right. So you say "sex and the city," right? But it went like that as sex in the city, and a lot of people think it's Sex in the City.
That was a New York slang.
Yeah, and now it's part of the Mandela effect that because we have a shift in the universe, that it went from sex and the city to sex in the city.
And I have sex in and out the city. Who cares?
That's right.
That's what that is. So was there another Mandela effect that I missed?
There was a lot of them. It was basically some that I read was Disney World. They think the Magic Castle is inside of Disney World, but it's actually in the beginning when you first come in. You have to go through it, right?
Yeah, I mean I heard that, but I've
The
been to Disney
entrance
World.
is the Magic Kingdom.
Is it?
That's what
What
I
you want,
read.
the castle? The castle?
Yeah.
Nah, Snow White's castle's in the back.
Is it in the back? Do they have an entrance or exit out of there?
No.
I don't know, because that's what I thought I read.
You go in through, you get off the train, right? Now, I've been to Disney World. You get off the train and you go kind of under this thing,
Yes.
but it's not the castle. And as you're looking straight, you can see Snow White's castle further
Right.
down, what basically would be Disney Boulevard, and then you can get there. But it's not in the beginning of Disney World. I mean, I don't think. I mean,
I don't
this
know.
This could be the Mandela effect.
You know what I want to do? Because it titillates me. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the conspiracy of Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
Please, let's talk about it.
Hey,
Oh my God.
hey, I'm a Christian.
Oh, please.
You can still be a Christian?
Let's talk about the conspiracy. I'm very interested because you told me something very interesting.
Oh,
today, but
about Moses and his mom.
we're going to start with Jesus.
So I love biblical conspiracy theories.
Pass me that beer.
So the story goes. Now I started reading Dan Brown, The Da Vinci Code.
I read all of them.
Then I started going into the lady in the alabaster jar, the lady with the alabaster jar, where they talk about a theory that Mary and Jesus were married, and that when he was on the cross and they brought him down, she was the first one to discover him, and he rose after 3 days, but he rose to Mary, and then she got him out of there.
Hey,
And they lived in France. They sailed to France and had a baby. And listen, and they said, the knights were looking for the cup.
The Knights Templar.
Yeah, they were looking for the cup. The cup of
the chalice,
they call it the
covenant, oh my God.
Oh, the Holy Grail.
That's right.
The Holy Grail.
So the Holy Grail was according to the myth and legends and the
Okay.
conspiracy,
Right.
the Holy Grail is supposed to be their first child, the child that they bore. The Grail was the bloodline.
Yep.
Okay.
So Gary, you're saying, yeah, I don't know, back me up.
No. I heard you say no.
You never heard that?
Gary's
nobody.
good. Good, Gary.
Robin is right. No, she's right about that. Where
Is this a conspiracy or she right?
I'm blowing your mind. Look at you turning red. Like blasphemy.
I'm trying to read it. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm listening, Gary.
no, there's the you had the Knights Templar who they throughout Europe they were on this search to find the Holy Grail, and they've done that for.
You got to remember, the Knights Templar first started out as the Roman Catholic Church's royal guard.
That's right.
To not only spread Catholicism around Europe and the Africas, but they were holding their banks. They were holding their money.
Yes. They were transferring money.
And that's where Friday the 13th came from. Because
What
they
we
were,
talking about?
the Knights Templar.
That's all part of the TV.
See, look, me and Gary, we can do it all day,
I
baby.
just lost. I don't know what's going
We
on.
gotta put the camera on Robin.
Why?
Friday the 13th, explain it.
So Friday the 13th is rooted in conspiracy, right? We see it as a superstitious day, but as Gary was talking about, the Knights Templar were basically the Roman Catholic Church's army. And they were established in different places throughout Europe, Asia, and Africa. And through these different regions where they had land and property, they also controlled the money. They would move the money from different places because they had to pay all their disciples, really.
Right.
You know, they kept these churches up and going, and it cost a lot of money to build. You know, they had castles, bro. So apparently, in that particular time, the Templars, somehow the money got missing. And there was some embezzling going on.
Gary did that. Okay.
Right. And the Catholic Church found out, I guess they must have snitched on whoever it is that was doing it, and they killed 13 of them.
Yep.
Wow, really?
Yes.
On a Friday.
Yes, on a Friday. Like you're fired. You're fired.
Well, that would be bad luck, huh?
Yeah.
You're right, you commit a crime and they just summon you with like, all right, so they just kill you.
Yes.
Oh, that is conspiracy like hell.
Yeah, I love the biblical ones.
Please tell me the Moses one, because you mentioned it was pretty interesting. Go
Go ahead, Gary. Switch it over to Gary.
Gary's got a conspiracy theory.
Here's one quick that I
Lays is like, hey, Robin, fire, hard, fire. Lays is like, hello.
Dang, Lace.
This was good, baby. It was good.
We see you, black man.
Hey.
That's my man, no doubt.
All right.
Go ahead.
here's an interesting one. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, what
Talk about it.
Okay.
The real guy?
What, there's a conspiracy about it?
Well, Elm Street is what Kennedy got killed on.
Oh, nice.
Wow. That's good.
So did, like, the killer, was he like the superintendent of the school that Kennedy went to?
Was he Lee Harvey Oswald? I mean,
Right. Was he on the bottom of the conservatory? Like, I don't get it.
Where's the conspiracy?
Well, there's what has been said is what has happened with Lee Harvey Oswald. Him being, the patsy.
Yeah.
But it's the guys that were behind the grassy knoll, and unfortunately Kennedy being killed, so it was a nightmare for the country.
Okay, all right.
It was a nightmare for the country. And
on Elm Street.
So we all hear, right. So, like, we hear.
But did they?
Well, wait. So
did they burn Lee Harvey Oswald? I'm just asking.
No, they didn't.
No, it's just the Elm Street.
It's just the Elm Street.
Okay.
Like we hear Dealey Plaza. Right, we hear he got killed in Dealey Plaza, but it was actually Elm Street that he got killed. It was actually Elm Street that he got killed.
Wasn't it in the basement of a school where they were throwing some fire?
Yes. No, yeah.
Come on. I mean, it was written.
Well, no, Freddy Krueger was a child molester, though.
Yeah.
So,
But his mother got raped by like 40 guys.
who?
Wait, his guy was raped?
No.
Yes.
No.
That's
He was the
Elm Street.
child molester that the parents burned up. And put him in the crematorium, and he came back.
Wait, Freddy Krueger got raped by 40 guys?
His mother.
No,
His brother.
His mother. Oh, his mother.
You talking about Jason from Friday the 13th?
No.
The Voorhees guy?
No, the dream guy. His mother got raped, and that's when he came out.
No, he's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, but he took it out on the kids.
Jesus H. Christ.
so this is where we at now?
I don't know. But
So let me tell you something. Here's where I'm going.
Commercial.
Because apparently we need to get biblical.
Oh, you want me to do it then?
I want you to do the Moses thing.
Oh, okay.
It's very
So, another biblical.
Oh, wait, hold on. Ladies confirming. Betty Kruger.
Sounds like a supermarket. Sounds like pancake
That's
mix.
his mother.
Betty Kruger. Like Betty Crockett.
Betty Kruger.
I knew that song.
I don't know. I didn't watch that
Betty
again.
Kruger took 40 meats. And then she went down to the streets.
So wait, was his dad the devil or something?
40 men.
No, but how did Freddy Krueger become Freddy Krueger?
Listen, if you got raped by 40 men, you'd be Kruger too.
No, but was Freddy Krueger his mom or was it him?
Why are we talking about that? I have no idea.
You brought it up, bro.
I said I wanted to go biblical.
All right.
Okay. Let's go, Moses.
All right.
Let's go.
Talk
So
about the Bible.
back in 2006, 12, I started doing, some research about Moses and Ramses. It was, I was doing I was watching PBS. And I remember the story in the Bible about Moses being in the basket because they were killing off the firstborn sons of Jews.
It's very interesting.
Now, apparently, according to the story, in the Bible, they don't say it says the king's daughter or something like the princess, but they don't name her. And I thought it was very interesting. So I did some research. So what I found out was the princess at the time was called Hatshepsut. So Hatshepsut finds this baby. Now I'm thinking to myself, now if they were killing firstborn children of all Jewish households, there'd be a sea of baskets going down the whole bank.
Right. Sure.
I kind of think you're right on that. You're right.
Why that baby?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The one.
Right. So based on I dug into Queen Hatshepsut's, her trajectory because she was the first queen regent. She was married to I think it was her brother or her cousin.
Okay.
But he was too young. He was 13 and she was already grown.
Right.
But he fell ill and he died. So apparently because they did not respect a woman as a regent, she would wear a beard and she would go out as a man so that she can rule.
Right.
But the problem is she had a lover.
First transsexual.
Well, I don't know if it's the first.
Transgender.
I don't know if it's the trans.
This is early transgender. This is groundbreaking during this time.
I think a lot of people were transgendered.
Okay.
You got to think about Greece and that whole, that whole army. Huh?
John Travolta Grease or?
You know what I mean.
Okay.
Pompeii. So my theory, and that's my personal conspiracy.
Keep going.
She finds Moses. She raises him. She gives him education.
This
right?
is the queen.
She's now queen because her husband died.
Right.
They made her regent, but they didn't give her the full title. That's why she, changed herself into a man.
Okay.
So
was nobody suspect about this, by the way?
No.
I don't know.
The queen is gone, and now we have a man.
No, I don't know. Maybe you know what? Oh, you never watched Lovecraft Country?
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, you got to watch it to understand what that means. But my theory is the baby that was found floating in, the basin was hers. It was her bastard child that she could not tell people because she was married to her cousin who was too young to, size C.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sorry. That's me.
Moses!
See the movie.
No, it's not the movie.
Yeah.
No, if you go into a historical record, and even in the Bible, they talk about Moses being found by the queen's, the princess and her maid.
Hatshepsut. Yeah.
Hatshepsut.
And apparently, she was humping.
I want to go up to them and start reading it. Nope.
The Egyptian chicks have a mustache when they get older anyway.
No, they had perfect grooming. No, they didn't, Lays.
Yes, they did.
They had perfect grooming. Come on, they invented the weave.
But I agree with him on that one. When you see them get old, bro, they're shaving the mustache.
Oh my God, she's royalty. She can have somebody
I
shaving
have a
her.
titi with a mustache, okay?
I don't even think she donned a beard.
With a mustache.
I don't even think she donned a beard. I think she just let it grow.
So the story goes that Tutmos the second or the third gave birth to Ramses.
Anita Stone. What's up, girl?
Ramses and Moses, they had a beef.
They were like brothers. They were supposed to be brothers.
They were like half brothers, really.
Yeah, okay.
So they were like first cousins. But Moses felt like since he, because Ramses was the warrior. And Moses was the one that was given the high education with the priests and things like that.
Right, that was Ramses.
Right. So Ramses, he was the first man on board. He was on deck because that was his birthright.
Right.
But Moses couldn't claim that birthright, and he was mad about it.
Okay.
Because he was raised by the queen, his mom.
Right.
So, right.
My mom's a queen. Stop.
Well, I mean, she was a king and a queen. Right?
I want to put.
My mother was a queen and king of
I want to pull that up. Yo, what's up, DJ Freedom? Mixtape Justice.
Okay.
Nice.
What's going on? You know what? Hold on, wait. I think I got a missed call here. Hold on. I think Lay's called. Hold on.
Oh no!
Oh, here we
You
go.
didn't miss Slaves, did you?
Yeah, I think I definitely did.
Did you catch his show, The Raw Perspective?
No.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah, and he had some great topics on
I
it.
know he was talking about that highway,
Yeah, let me
the
call
Hershey
him.
one.
Let me call him right now. What, you saw the show?
No,
See if I can get him.
I was too busy mopping up grease and glass.
Yo, Lace, what's up, brother?
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Come on now. Come on, baby. Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Hi.
Oh, man. I was just listening to say that half set was half man, half
She wasn't half
pharaoh,
man.
half.
Half man, half pharaoh.
I said, in my experience, Egyptian women grow mustaches anyway when they get.
Oh my God. She was a queen. She never mustache.
She's queen with a mustache. She was Aunt Bunny.
And a mustache. Hey, yo, and Freddy Krueger mother was molested. Betty Krueger.
Yeah.
It's like Betty Krueger. Betty Krueger was messed up.
Yeah, is that what
They messed
happened?
around Betty Krueger.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Betty Krueger.
Betty.
That's what they
Poor
said.
Betty.
They said Betty caught 40 cocks.
Ugly Betty.
What?
Did not get a
Betty.
rose.
Okay.
Like, oh man.
Betty Krueger. Betty
Damn.
Krueger.
Betty Krueger.
Damn. That
Eventually,
sounds like a frat party.
Eventually, she went on to make a cake party, a cake empire. Eventually,
Change her name to Betty Crocker. Betty Krueger to Betty Crocker.
she turned sugar to shit, baby.
She was.
I'm doing my commercial. I'm doing my commercial. I want to just shout out. I'm celebrating the release of the Czar 2 remix by Busta Rhymes and MOP
Oh,
today.
great.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes. Send us that video. You gonna make a video too?
They shot a video.
Yeah, but the video's hot.
Oh, you gotta send it to us.
Crazy. Yeah, it's hot. It's ridiculous. Yeah,
All right.
it's crazy. It's right there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Did
hot.
Busta Rhymes
It's
put
right
you
there
on that
YouTube.
workout plan?
Yeah, sure did. Actually.
Nah, we definitely.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta get that video so we
Big
can play it on the show.
Yeah, I think that'd be hot.
It's on YouTube right now. It's on YouTube right now. I'll text Rock the link. But
Okay.
It's
Okay.
popping right now. I mean, literally, damn near 1 million views in a day. Like that.
What?
That's what's up.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Did you hear about
Big
that?
shout to MOP.
I hate to change the subject, but did you hear about that new Fat Joe?
Why is the new Fat Joe
That
ready?
new Fat Joe's dope too.
You know
Yeah.
that DJ boy I was showing you on. They used his song and Fat Joe rhymed over it with DJ Khaled.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Amorphous.
Rihanna.
I gotta check it
Yes.
out. This is now?
With Rihanna
Yeah.
on the hook.
Wow.
Rihanna and Luther Vandross estate cleared the sample for them to do it. They cleared it in record time.
And Rihanna.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't
On the
think
same
Luther
label
played
as
it.
Busta.
No, his estate. His estate. Come
Okay,
on.
I was gonna say Luther. Come on now.
No, his hologram.
Oh, hey. Okay.
So
My question is, how come they didn't know Luther was gay after all of years? I mean, like
We
if
did.
Luther-
He lived in Drew Hamilton.
yeah,
come on.
yeah.
We knew he was in the butt. Like we knew.
Stop it. He could have been a top. He could have been a top.
Now he was a bottom.
No, he could have been a top.
That's why he said That's it.
could've
Your
been
man-
top.
We're getting gross.
your man
That
was-
was got gross.
He could have been a verse, you know, a
Yeah,
versa.
man,
He could have been versa, you know.
your man
And
was
by the way, I want to give Kamala Harris first week, even though she's been neutered this week. But I want to give her a good Kamala Harris, a good a 4-star out of 5.
Yes.
performance this week. She's done really well.
She did.
she really did.
Yeah,
And we're so
and shout out to
proud
Bernie.
of that.
Shout out to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is like, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's like the
Bernie.
Larry
Bernie.
David of politics.
I mean, Bernie made news. I mean,
That's the biggest thing. Right now.
Bernie is actually bigger than the whole inauguration.
Well, you know, his backers are, now that the Democrats are, you know, the majority. You know, the progressives are now, you know, biting at the heels because
Right.
then that's Bernie supporters,
And
really.
they're like ramming through like they did us.
Right.
You know, and Biden is trying to be nice. They're like, nah, fuck them. You can't be nice to them. They demons. But you know, you can't be nice to
You got
demons.
him with the ramrod.
That's what Bernie's saying.
They got a ramrod.
And shout out the fact that politics are getting boring now, and nobody has said the T word all week. Very happy.
Thank the Lord.
Because I won't say it.
Ladies, you know what's crazy? Is I was sitting in my house, I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, wow, I haven't heard any T-word news in like 36 hours.
We don't need to. That's why. Moving on.
I'm just like, it's just the news. Like, nothing is impressive. Yes, we're talking about
I'm
Trump.
playing with you.
Rock, you still trying to find something good about the team, man?
It was dope. Nah, I think Rocky gave up.
Look, it was so much.
I'm just saying, be best. Everybody be best.
And I don't care, do you?
I feel so good about it right now.
It was so refreshing to watch a White House press conference with,
A White House person.
Yeah, with someone talking like
Even the press secretary, like she was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The press secretary. It was so refreshing to watch how she's, she did her job, answering all the questions.
Right.
Being straight and to the point.
Yeah.
So it was good.
It
So
was something interesting, worth to watch.
This is interesting because apparently DJ Freedom says you have to talk about J-Lo at the inaugural singing.
I didn't even watch that part.
but
Awful.
looking
Awful.
like she's on the red
Awful.
carpet. Was it terrible, ladies?
She's so hot. I don't care what anyone else says. She's hot.
Terrible.
Yeah, but her performance was whack.
Terrible.
She's still hot.
Terrible.
Was it really
Shout
that
out to
bad?
Lady
Was it
Gaga.
really that bad?
Lady Gaga destroyed it. Lady Gaga destroyed it. Lady
Okay.
Gaga killed
She
it.
looked like she was doing a tribute from the Hunger Games. Remember that movie, The Hunger Games?
Oh yeah, with
She was
big
looking
ass
like,
bird. Big
yeah,
bird
the
on her
gold
chest.
bird. She had a gold bird. I was like, damn, it's Hunger Games.
Oh shit!
For real.
Lady Gaga is batshit crazy, but she can perform her ass off.
Exactly.
She-
I mean,
She's Stephanie Giamatti, I think
she's
that's her
definitely
name.
these next
She's very
four,
good.
These next four are going to be lit. Amanda Gorman, though.
yeah, Amanda Gorman. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
She
need
was
this like
great.
Amanda Gorman.
But she was a laureate poet. She was a laureate poet.
She was hot though.
She was the youngest laureate
I think
poet.
it's right. Amanda Gorman.
She just got hired.
I mean, she did that.
She just got hired by Morgan State, I believe, yesterday.
Amazing.
Yes, she deserves everything, all the flowers. She really does. And she basically wrote that poem after watching the insurrection.
Wow.
She hit it off the head. Like, nah, this is what it is to me. This is what America means to everyone.
I thought it was great. I mean, when I saw it, and I didn't watch the whole inauguration. I saw like after, and your pieces on YouTube, and she was one of those pieces,
Right.
And I saw that poem. I was like, oh my god, like wow. I mean, she really touched on every
She
point
sure did.
that needed to be said in that poem.
She was
that
relevant
wrote.
and she was visionary. She's like a female Gil Scott Heron.
No doubt. You know,
Yeah.
DJ Freedom says yes. Lady brought it for real.
Did she?
That's it.
So
And
And that skin
Robin,
was
I thought,
popping,
wow, yeah,
glistening.
Nah. It was
Shout out to Nazy Liverman. I'm
she
sorry.
had the braids
Hi,
on.
Nazy.
She had the braids on and everything, right? She had the thing on her head. I mean, it was a very Afrocentric.
absolutely.
That skin was
moment.
glistening though, bro.
And I think
She had the soul glow.
and I think interesting enough, we moved into a different time, right? And that time now is that we're seeing a country or a government that represents or is more representative of what the country looks like. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing blacks in power and whites in power working together, right? You're seeing women in power working together
That's
with
true.
men. So we're starting to see a more
diverse.
and clear representation of what the nation actually looks like.
That is correct.
And I think that that's beautiful. I think
And,
that we've gotten to this place.
Other than his middle name being part of my name, he's the second Catholic president.
Yeah.
Who?
Biden.
Biden.
That's right. Kennedy was first.
Yes.
Yeah, Kennedy was first.
Yep.
So we're starting to see something that's a little bit more diverse.
Yes.
A little bit more of a representation of the nation and the
Which is what it-
demographic
which
of
is
the
what
nation.
which is what it should be.
Which is what it should be.
And I'm glad we have this Joe Biden today than the one we got in like 72.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause
Yeah.
we'd still be slaves.
We still be busted. I'm glad we got this Biden. Yeah, he had to go. He had to go through some things though to get to this point.
Yeah, you know what? And everything's a journey, isn't it?
And it, yeah,
Right?
it's never about the destination.
No, I mean, I'm not the same person I was in 1972.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are. You know, in 1972, I'm not the same person that I was in 72 or 77 or 84, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you you evolve, your ideology evolves along with knowledge, and you're going to be different. That's why I don't agree with the politics that, when they go back on something a politician did at a particular time. A lot of times the time dictates the politics, right?
I guess.
So when Kamala did what she did, right, where they were, she arrested, black
She did
men
a lot of good
so
things too.
But what she did was based on what was going on in California at the time.
She was good at her job.
And then she was great at it. I mean, you got to remember, Cali at that time, the bang ganging thing was out of control.
Yeah, it was colors.
So it was colors, right? They were making movies about it. And then she was like, this is how we have to deal with it.
Right.
Politics, y'all got to understand, deals with the climate and the temperature of the time that they are in.
Right.
Right? Just like in the 60s, when the 60s, which was the decade that changed Black America, it was the climate. Do you really think Kennedy wanted to be, non-segregationist, or Johnson, who was from Texas,
right,
Houston, wanted to really be like, okay, I'm going to do... No. The politics was dictated by what was happening at the time and the temperature of the country, which was transitioning over out of that Jim Crow mentality.
Right. But think about this.
Yeah.
Today, we have seditionists that are in Congress quoting Martin Luther King.
Yep.
Right? Like he's their hero. Like they need to use the words to abide by his teachings, right? But you got to remember, in 1967, he was vilified.
That's right.
He was public enemy number one.
100%. Yeah.
Okay? The FBI told him to kill himself. Like, kill yourself, bro.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Like, we gonna get you.
Because he challenged the establishment.
Right. But now the establishment, who is now seditionist as well, are quoting him.
Right.
Ain't that about a son of a gun?
No. What it is about is, you got to remember.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's not. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because the people that vilified him are not the people that are in power now.
Oh, those people bring guns to Congress. That's what they do.
No. Those people that were in power now, for real, they're dead, right? So,
and guess what? Their grandchildren are in Congress right now.
Right, but still, at the end of the day, and here's what I'm saying, right? The change that came out of that is what you're looking at. The evolution of the United States from Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and all these people. What you're looking at, that is the foundation of what you're seeing today.
I gotta say though,
without those characters,
yeah, okay, fine,
okay,
I get it, but Malcolm X was equally, he had another message that was still true. Like
right.
Two things can be true,
right, 100%,
right, but because of his religious background, he's not being revered because of that. Now, he was powerful and prolific, and he talked about Black power in a way in which we now also, and James Baldwin.
Yes.
They don't talk about those guys. They only talk about King, right? Because he was a so-called Christian.
And pacifist.
And nonviolent.
Well, he believed in protests, right? The nonviolent protests. So all of a sudden, they want us to turn a cheek, the other cheek, and they want to use Martin Luther King.
Well, I'm glad that you say that, because see, here's the thing. I think that, and with a lot of the Republican mentality, it's like, okay, you smack me in the face, but I can't hit you back. Right. You understand?
Right.
So you smack me in the face, and now I want to hit you back, but now it's like, oh, well, can we talk about it? Can we be friends? No.
Right.
Like, you smack me in the face, I'm punching you in the face right back. You understand? So that's kind of...
Well, their supremacy is based off our oppression, right?
Right. So that's their kind of mentality. And I think in politics, that's the same thing.
Right.
With them. Because, it's like they do, when they're in power, they don't give two
yeah, but this is where the Democrats start to lose their
leverage?
Not even leverage, but people don't respect Democrats because Democrats don't come at the same force.
That's what I was getting at.
They don't come with the same type of force that white Republicans or Republicans. You know, their stance is, you know, they hold their position, right? And they still come back and they still hit.
That's my point. That's my point.
Democrats are not respected because
they don't have the spine.
No, but even now, McConnell is trying to like filibuster. Yeah. Like he's still the senior majority leader, and everybody's like, Schumer, what are you doing? Slap him down. But he's on some unity, you know.
Like, fuck the unity.
Let me bleed.
I'm sorry.
Bleed.
Beep. See, let me tell you something. That unity stuff needs to go out the window.
That's correct.
Until everybody that's a co-conspirator, an enabler involved in that insurrection is in jail.
Well, that's true too. And also for the people who want to, I guess, keep their jobs, I think they need to come clean and say we lied and said, you know, look, we understand that it was a fair election. Joe Biden won, you know, and we misled you. Something to say, you know what, we messed up.
You're never going to get that.
Yeah, Farrell says, think about Malcolm. No, think about the alternative if Malcolm was on the forefront. So what about the alternative?
Well, I mean, listen, there have been over time different streams of black thought. Mm-hmm. For example, there was W.E.B. Du Bois, you know, and what was the other guy? The one that formed the college.
Medgar Evers?
No. They used to have debates all the time.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And one was for, he was a pacifist. He was like, listen, we just built a school and we, you know, got the trade jobs and kept quiet, we would be okay. And the other guy was like, hell with that. We need education. We need to fight. We need to fight on their level. I mean, Marcus Garvey was the same way.
Well, that's how you have, like, look.
And you see what he did to him.
Well, you see, when it comes to this,
it didn't work out.
Nah, I forgot.
When it comes to the political
he would have been he would have been a figure if he got away with that. But anyway,
you know, when it comes to this political climate, you know, with the Democrats, they have to be a bit more Machiavellian.
I guess
in dealing with Republicans. Because when the Republicans, they're in power, they don't care. You know,
yeah, I don't like the stance the Democrats are taking when it comes to when you address your opponent, you come with equal or stronger force. You understand?
You gotta come with something. Yeah, bring something to the table.
Like you can't see, and this is where, you know, now we're seeing how some of this is playing out, where they're not.
Here's what I think.
Stepping up.
I think what's going to happen is they're slow starters. I think they're like, okay, you know what? Because when you watch politics is a long game. And I think they're going, you know what? We're going to show the American people that we're extending the olive branch.
Well, Joe Biden is doing a great job. His speeches are great.
I'm just saying, I'm extending the olive branch, but then when it comes time to put the pedal to the metal, we're going to crush you. We're just going to do it. We're just going to ram shit through Congress. We're going to ram it through the Senate. We're going to ram it through the Republicans. Just rest assured, people, let's just be clear, right? Ultimately, we control the Senate and the House of Representatives.
And also, just to add.
And...
Oh.
It was like an ad-lib.
No, just to add... Every Republican president for the last three Republican presidents really left, you know, the U.S. economy in a free fall. Right, and it was always Democratic presidents that picked up the pace.
It's historically, that's how it's been. They're like, the Democrats always got to clean up after the Republicans.
Anita Stone says, agreed, Robin, but I have to yet find that unicorn. And I think it was about 3 or 4 comments ago.
Maybe so.
That we were talking about.
Yeah.
As far as Biden's speech, I thought Biden's speech was excellent.
Yeah, he's talking a good game right now.
But I mean, he's one of the first presidents that called out white supremacy and wanted to.
Yeah, it was funny because on Twitter they're like, "Why are you talking about us like that?" And they're like, "Yeah, if it pertains to you."
Well, wait, Tucker Carlson on Fox News, he was like. Well, what is white supremacy? I don't understand it.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
wasn't Stephen Miller his Didn't he work for him?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, but
Listen, I
but
hate
for
tough
Biden,
calls.
but for Biden to
We
call
all do.
out, for Biden to call out white supremacy and extremists, and is like, we're going to go after you.
Yes.
I think that was major.
Yes.
I think
And his
that was-
Attorney
that was
General,
big.
Merrick Garland, was it
yeah,
Merrick?
Yes.
Well, the question is this: what did you white supremacists think? You'll have free reign for 4 years.
More than 4.
No, I'm saying like 4 years in modern history. Y'all went for it.
Yeah, they did.
Because the president allowed y'all to do
You
that.
allowed it, right? Trump
It was
allowed-
like, it's our time,
It's all,
nigga.
yeah, right. And like, even if you wasn't down with it like that, because your man enabled that, you can't. I mean,
The Karens were strong.
Right.
look
There
at
was
what-
extreme white supremacists, and then there was the ones that were kind of white supremacists, and then the ones that were, I'm thinking about being a white supremacist. When Trump came in, we're like, we're all in.
Karens were strong, bro.
Well, look at the disrespect that was going on, and some of them was getting knocked out.
Yeah.
Like they were thinking it was okay to call you the N-word and spit in your face, and like nothing was gonna happen.
Yeah, but after George Floyd, it was like a wrap, bro.
Yeah, that was done.
That was a wrap.
Frau Mungo says yes, but Democrats always lose power in Congress and
In the
or Senate
midterms. In the midterms.
after they get control of the presidency. That's correct.
They're in the
Yeah,
midterms.
The midterms, they die.
And
But that's, you know why? Because, usually people of color only see the general election as the must go.
Right,
They
right.
don't vote
The
in
midterm.
numbers in the midterms.
In the midterms, yeah.
That's where we need to actually
I agree. No,
coalesce that and keep
I
that.
totally agree. I
We
totally
need to
agree.
start campaigning right now.
I think, I think because Trump campaigned for 4 years, he still lost. However, he still kept the momentum. So I think there's a secret to it. Keep on it. Keep at it. Keep talking to your representatives.
Yeah.
Let them know you're not doing what I asked you to do. So I voted for you, bro.
So guess what? You've hit the 2-hour mark.
We did. That was fast.
And we didn't even get into Q. We didn't even get into
We didn't go into Area 51.
and like
Wow.
QAnon and all that stuff.
Oh,
We
we
didn't get
touched
to
on it a little bit.
We
didn't
did
go
some
in.
of the stuff.
We can go into it. We got the Derek X coming next week, right?
What's his name?
Derek Weiss.
Weiss.
World is
David
flat.
Weiss? Or
No, sorry, David Weiss.
That's right. Coming
David
next week.
Weiss. Sorry,
And he's going
David.
to talk about,
Flat Earth.
I'm gonna be quiet the whole time.
No, you're not. You can't. I can't
Here's
see you.
the idea, y'all. Here's the idea.
Who you fooling?
I'm lying.
No. The idea for next week's show is I really want him to get his voice heard, and I want to hear what he has to say, because I'm really sort of curious about not only what he's saying, but where is he getting his concept
Thank
from?
you. Where's it coming from?
Right? So, yes, and I'm talking to you, Dave. Yes, we're probably going to clown you, and I'm sure you've been clowned on many shows, but we're going to listen to we're going to let you get your voice out. I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm going to listen, and then once I'm done listening, if you haven't convinced me, then
You're gonna get burnt. You're burnt.
It's gonna be a horror show.
You're gonna be burnt.
It's gonna be a horror show, bro.
Oh,
So
we
next
get
week, y'all, his was gonna be so dope. So we're talking to the Flat Earth guy.
Hey.
I saw a couple of his videos, and he was.
Come on,
Yeah,
you defender?
No, I'm not defending
okay.
him. I'm not going to defend it.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that's time.
I want to hear in person what he got to say.
Well, we're gonna do it next week.
There
We're
we
gonna
go.
have him on a
Next week,
Zoom.
baby. Tune in, everyone.
We're gonna have him on a Zoom, and that's what we're gonna do. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. I mean,
And
I
if
saw
you're
some
flat
people.
Earth people, I want to know about it too. Any one of our
Nah, listen. Nobody in my chat room is fucking with Flat Earth.
you never know.
No, they're all intelligent people. So, when I get a flat earther, I'll know.
The real discussion, baby.
So, before you sign off,
Yeah.
from our show last week, we had some requests for to do a topic on BDSM
Okay,
and sex toys.
I like it.
you
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Let's do the toys. Let's do the toys. Let's do the toys.
You see, Anita Stone immediately kicked in. Oh, no. She's talking about the flat earth. She said, oh, shit, I'm not missing that. But when you said it, when it popped up on the screen.
She was talking about BDSM.
Yeah, you said
Now,
the BDSM.
you got Gary lit up. He
You
was
said
like,
the
yes.
BDSM, and it was like, oh shit, I'm not missing that. But I know there's a delay, so she's talking about the flat Earth guy.
Okay, so yeah,
So we're gonna do BDSM.
So there
we're
was-
gonna do sex
there
toys.
was a request about BDSM, sex toys.
Come
and
on, Rock.
interracial dating.
Come on, get with the bingo balls.
Interracial
Come
dating.
on.
So those were some requests. So you know, in the next week or two,
We gonna help Rock,
what we gonna do?
discover his inner freak.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, Rocky. You too.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm shielded or something.
Yeah, bro. You gonna be led to the woods this time. The pasture.
So next week we're doing the flat Earth guy. Week after
okay.
BDSM. Is that
And
what
let's ask Derek Weiss, what he feels about sex toys. You know, should they all be flat?
and flat Earth. Are there spherical? Can a sex toy be a sphere?
Right.
He's gonna be quite a guy.
Yes.
He's a good show setup. Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, we're
does he
trying to
eat
get-
ass? That's what my question would be.
What, who, Derek?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know if he eat ass.
What does that have to do with the Earth being round?
I just need to know that he's normal in some kind of way.
Okay, so all right.
No, we're going to talk about this next week.
No, because we got to be clear about the type of ass he eats. Are we talking about him eating vagina or just straight asshole?
Asshole! 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 The bung hole.
Once again, I am off to the left.
Just go ask him.
If he says no, I mean, is that like, is...
I was like, no wonder you don't believe in,
Because
science.
ass is around.
Right.
Wow.
Unless he looking on flat ass. I don't know.
I was trying to gauge.
Flat. He looks flat ass, like flat Earth. I don't know. I need to know.
This is the real discussion.
I need to know.
I'm so glad all the editing is at the end.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. So, y'all, tune in next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, the real discussion with Rock Logic, Gary D, Robin, Rocky D, and that's Gary Facts, actually. What you want to say, Gary?
I was just gonna say Hip Hop Boulevard's podcast Sunday at 2 p.m. Right?
Yes, this Sunday, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we are doing the Al Pizarro Hip Hop Boulevard. You'll want to tune in for that. We did, something weird happened with that. We did like 500,000 views, which is interesting, on that first show that we did. So
That's awesome.
Excellent.
yeah,
Beautiful.
so that was
Come on.
cool. Big shout out to that.
And not to forget, if you're on IG, you want to tell anybody on IG anything, to follow, follow the show on IG.
Because we're on IG, we're streaming on IG, we're streaming on YouTube. The YouTube channel is
Groovy Track.
Groovy Track, and that's track without the K, so it's TRAC, but it's GROOVEYTRAC.
All one word.
All one word. And
Don't forget
if
to
y'all
follow
can do me a
us on
favor,
Facebook.
can y'all subscribe to that? Because I need more
Subscribe
subscribers.
on Groovy Track, and also follow us on the Real Discussion at Twitter.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
there. We tweet during the week, all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
I go
And sometimes we're just trying to figure out what show we're going to do during the week. So
yeah, and I
we tweet
think
that.
Twitter is, you can mine some real good information on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
100%. No, I love Twitter. Robin turned me on to it. Yes, Gary.
You could find us on IG at Rocks ROCKS Discussion.
Rock's Discussion.
Right.
On IG.
Right.
On
and,
IG.
and
go.
I
Nice.
believe on Twitter is the same thing.
It's a real Facebook. It's a Real Discussion Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah, it's the Real Discussion with Rock Logic on Facebook.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying on.
No, but I'm just letting you know the
That's
difference.
Twitter.
that's all.
Twitter. Sorry.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Right. On Twitter, it's Rocks Discussion also.
Oh, it is. Oh, you have two
Yeah.
Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, IG is Rock's Discussion,
IG's Rocks Discussion.
and Twitter's Rock's Discussion.
Is it? I thought it was okay.
Yes, that's what it is. I know you're Queen Mother Age on Twitter, aren't you?
No, I'm Queen Mother of Wakanda.
That's it. If you want to follow Robin, it used to be Vintage Vagina.
Yeah, it still is.
Wow.
It
And then
still
you
is. It's
changed
gonna
your
change it
name?
back. I'm gonna change it back.
No, because I was like, Because I remember, like, you answered something. I was like, "Oh my God, Queen Mother of Rwanda is responding to me." Wakanda.
Oh, you didn't know it was me?
No, I didn't know it was you. I got all gassed up, and it was like, Robin.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Because we talk on the phone, so it's not special.
I guess. It's always special. When I send you a Twitter, know it's something you need to read.
We talk on the phone.
Yeah, but I don't, look, when I don't talk to you on the phone, there's something I need to, shoot you. You need to see it.
All right, I'll do that.
All right.
So listen, y'all, we're going to tune out. Thank you for tuning in. It was great seeing my man, Farrell Mongo.
Yes, sir.
Anita
What's up,
Stone's
Farrell?
been popping in, you know what I mean? And on down the line, DJ Freedom, let me see, LaFonda Mapp.
Hey, LaFonda.
Right? She had been in for a few weeks.
I know. I hope it's everything.
And we've had so many that I can't even see the earlier
Well,
ones.
that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Very good sign.
People-
Good.
Doing good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
People, thank everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
so dope. And you know what? There goes Lays, right? Lays. There goes and Karen Turner. What's up? Big shout out. And Lisa Clary. Once again, please get well. And you know what? I'm gonna check out. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
And on Sunday, by the way, sorry. One Night Show.
One night
We're
show.
back.
Yes, sir.
We didn't do last week on
was
Sunday
looking for
One
y'all.
Night Show. Yeah. Sandrea wasn't feeling well.
Oh, I hope she's okay.
And I don't really think I was feeling well, but
Oh,
maybe I
no.
was just like, she's not feeling well, I'm not feeling well, so we didn't do the show last week. This week we have the Attorney General coming on the One Night Show.
Which
will be
one?
I forgot the name.
Cy Vance.
Somebody.
Okay.
Oh, that's big.
So they're coming in. Yeah,
That's
they're coming on.
Okay.
You know, that's Sandra and them. You know, I don't try to front like I know.
I'm gonna watch
You know
that
what I'm saying?
one.
They tell me who it is. I'm like, all right, cool.
I'm going to try to get Charles Lopez on.
Who's that?
Charles Lopez, my father, he was superintendent for Queensbridge.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we got to bring him in for the One Night Show, which would be incredible.
all right.
So he's coming on, and that's 4:00 on Sunday. One Night Hip Hop Boulevard this week will be at 2:00 on Sunday. Y'all make sure you're tuned in, and this is the Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, and Robin, and I'm signing out.
We out.
You know what? Wanted to talk about Harry O
Oh, artist.
and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.